Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Privacy-minded Harry and Meghan, on the eve of a Netflix documentary about how their privacy is invaded, stepped out on Tuesday evening for the Robert F. Kennedy Ripple of Hope Award Gala in New York City. The Mirror reports Meghan wore a white off-the-shoulder dress with long sleeves, paired with black accessories and her hair swept back into a low bun, while Prince Harry sported a classic suit and black tie. They held hands as Prince Harry held an umbrella, while they made their way from the car to the blue carpet, where they posed for photos with Kerry Kennedy. This comes right after the release of a trailer for the Netflix series, which Harry says he was terrified by the amount of media attention that Meghan received. "I didn't want history to repeat itself," as footage showed cameras flashing, and there Harry was in New York City, posing for photos with Kerry Kennedy. During the ceremony, the couple also announced a new collaboration between Archewell and the Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights Organization that came via this heartfelt statement. "We are honored to receive the RFK Ripple of Hope Award this year and to partner with the Kennedy family in the creation of the Archewell Foundation Award for Gender Equity in Student Film. Our hope with this award is to inspire a new generation of leadership in the arts, where diverse up-and-coming talent have a platform to have their voices heard and their stories told. The values of RFK Foundation and the Archewell Foundation are aligned in our shared belief of courage over fear and love over hate. Together we know that a ripple of hope can turn into a wave of change." Harry joked on stage with Kerry Kennedy. "I'll be honest with you, Kerry, I just thought we were going on a date night, so I found it quite weird that we're sharing this room with 1,500 people. We don't get out much these days because our kids are so small and young, so this is completely unexpected." To laughter from the audience, he added, "But it's nice to share date night with all of you, so thank you for coming." Meghan added, "Thank you for bringing me on this very special date night." The couple received the Ripple of Hope Award. The accolade honors exemplary leaders across government, business, advocacy, and entertainment, and the pair were recognized for their racial justice and mental health work. Piers Morgan tweeted, "Princess Pinocchio and Harry Hypocrite preaching about healing as they accept an award for trashing their family as a bunch of vile, callous racists. From a bloke who shot a woman dead last year is peak Duke and Duchess of Netflix bullshit." Sorry, Piers, peak Harry and Meghan isn't until today. 3 episodes of the Harry and Meghan documentary were expected to be released this morning, with 3 more next Thursday, and we'll have full reactions on tomorrow's podcast. Netflix said in a statement, "At its core, their relationship looks like many others. They met, had a whirlwind romance, fell in love, got married, had children, and built a life based on shared values and mutual support of each other's work and ambitions. But the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are no ordinary couple. Theirs is one of the most high-profile love stories in history, and even the most plugged-in fans and followers of their story have never heard it told like this before. Harry and Meghan in an unprecedented 6-part documentary series that explores the span of their relationship, from the early days of the couple's courtship to the challenges and controversies that prompted them to step back from the royal family. The series includes interviews with family and friends who've never spoken publicly about the couple's relationship before, as well as historians and journalists who dissect how media influenced Harry and Meghan's relationship with the royal family and the Commonwealth at large. A source close to the production spoke with the Mirror and said, "Our source added, a lot of people are either pro-Sussex or pro-William and Kate, but there's a belief that this documentary will bring people on side with Harry and Meghan. The big question is that, whatever their revelations are, who will people side with after seeing the show? It has that feeling like the public will have to choose. Whatever comes out, some people will think that Harry is betraying his family and that it's unforgivable. But if what finally airs is seismic as we're led to believe, then it may be good for the Sussexes. There's been some talk the documentary has been toned down, but at the moment that's wrong. A royal insider told the Daily Express, "The royal family is dreading this Netflix documentary, but hope that once Harry and Meghan have said their piece, they can draw a line under it and move on. It is a very distressing time all round. We certainly hope grievances can be resolved, and who knows where that might leave us." An interesting use of the word us by that insider. Royal author Phil Dampier said, "I am sure it is right that Charles will go to great lengths to maintain a relationship with Harry, but there is a limit. Harry's book, Spare, which is due out in January, is expected to be 400 pages of dynamite." King Charles would pretty much forgive Harry anything except dragging Camilla through the mud. If Harry's account of his parents' divorce is too critical of Camilla or places too much blame at Charles' door while painting his mother as a saint, that will be the point of no return. At that point, what sanctions are on offer? What choice do they have but to say, okay, you've crossed the line here and there is no way back. It's time for you to go your own way, but not as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Dampier also shared that the Lady Hussey debacle was hard on Charles. Charles has known Lady Susan Hussey for the whole of his adult life. She was a precious friend of his mother, and he would have been deeply unhappy to lose her. He would have found it almost impossible to sack her. She was thrown under the bus, but the impetus for her resignation very much came from Lady Susan herself, which made it easier for him. Royal expert Christopher Anderson told Us Weekly that William is quite mad. I think they're still holding their breaths and waiting for the other shoe to drop. The sense of betrayal has shifted over to genuine combat mode because obviously this is a war between the two. It's the kind of thing the Queen would have tried to ignore for as long as she possibly could. But he's not that kind of person. Charles has a huge temper, has been unleashed many times behind the scenes, and I'm sure he's on the verge of having a meltdown. William also has a temper, and as he tries to hide it but it doesn't work, I'm sure he is very, very angry at his brother and cannot understand what he's doing. Palace Intrigue will be right back. It has been claimed that Harry and Meghan took a photographer into Buckingham Palace without permission from Queen Elizabeth. The Mirror reports a never-before-seen snap in the trailer of the couple's new Netflix miniseries appears to show them walking out of the royals' residence garden entrance. Two footmen can be seen holding the door open for them, with Meghan wearing a winter coat and heels. Strict protocol states any such footage needs to be okayed by the monarch, and the photo allegedly caused contention among aides at the time. Page 6 shared that the British royal correspondent Robert Jobson accused the couple of faking the dramatic footage and clarified that one of the more serious moments photographed in the trailer was actually taken during a highly controlled press-approved event. Jobson tweeted, "This photograph used by @Netflix and Harry and Meghan to suggest intrusion by the press is a complete travesty. It was taken from an accredited pool at Archbishop Tutu's residence in Cape Town. Only 3 people were in the accredited position. H&M agreed the position. I was there." Royal experts Sarah Vine and Harry and Meghan are launching a masterclass in passive-aggressive media manipulation. It's hard to find an unsmiling or unflattering photo of Kate, yet they've managed it. The whole thing is a masterclass in passive-aggressive media manipulation, deftly casting the princess as the wicked sister-in-law with Meghan as the helpless victim. And one wonders, by the way, who has been taking all these intimate black-and-white photographs? Is this what they've been planning all along, right from the start? American audiences who are less familiar with Kate will instinctively side with Meghan as she bowls her way through this trailer, implying at every turn where the source of her unhappiness lies. Piers Morgan was looking forward to the documentary, writing in The Sun, "Once again our 2 favourite downtrodden oppressed victims ramp up the cynical, manipulative amateur dramatics to try and make us think they're courageous heroes defending themselves from horrible aggressors at Buckingham Palace and among the British media. It's all there from the fake tears. Remember that Meghan once showed us how, thanks to her actress training, she can cry at the drop of a tiara, to the faux torment and anguish that they've already wailed about so many times they can almost mutter the lines as they sob and fume them. The trailer even flashes up imagery of Princess Diana to try once again to directly link and compare the 2 women. Yet Diana was 100 times more famous, pursued and beloved than Markle's ever been or ever will be. And given all his bleating about privacy and the media trading off Diana and the royals, it's hard to imagine a worse kind of grotesquely hypocritical exploitation than Harry now brazenly using his dead mother to flog a reality kiss-and-tell TV series because he needs to justify the Netflix gazillions. The overall message is clear. The royal family and British media are a bunch of nasty, uncaring racists who made their lives hell. But that's just a vile lie, perpetrated by 2 people who just wanted to quit royal duty for a life of celebrity luxury in California, funded by trading off the royal status they profess to despise. These 2 deluded narcissists wouldn't know the truth if it slapped them around their smug little privileged chops. To date, at least 17 claims they made in Oprah's interview have been proved to be total rubbish. And they've already been caught lying in their first trailer for this Netflix series by showing a pack of paparazzi supposedly hounding them when in fact the photo was taken at a Harry Potter premiere 5 years before they even met. I can't think of a dirtier game than a rich, spoiled brat son constantly publicly trashing his father and the rest of his family just to make even more money. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your favourite shows. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. Palace Intrigue and good times.